Hello and Namaskar. This is Neeraj here once again and welcome back to my channel Financial Market Analysis Twist by Neeraj Shah. So, in this video, I would like to discuss something regarding the update on the steel and the metal prices and some of the taxes imposed by the Russian government and its impact, and also about Reliance. But before that, I would like to thank all the viewers, all the subscribers who have subscribed to my channel, and also would request you, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and if you like this video, give a thumbs up and share it with your maximum friends, and also request you to watch till the last minute, till the end of the video, so that you don't miss what I am talking, because I don't structure my thoughts, and I just have some few points, and then as it comes in my mind, and I just then present. So sometimes, if you don't watch till the last, you may miss the main important point. And also I would like to tell you that I have a different format also, where this is a premium video. It's on the paid basis, where I come out with the stock specific recommendations, multi-bagger stock analysis, full analysis of this stock specific videos, and that are available for a very nominal charge of 1,000 rupees. All my details are in the description box down below. You can send me the mail, and I will then share you the details regarding the bank and how it can be done. Okay, so let's not waste time and start this video. So in the latest update is that from the 1st August, means from yesterday, this Russian government has imposed export duty tax on all the metals, so ferrous and non-ferrous metals also. So this is for iron ore pellets, export duty. So HBI iron ore pellets or sponge iron, whatever you say, its export duty is $54 per ton. Then for the hot rolled HRC, hot rolled coil, and the hot rolled steel, it is $155 per ton. And for the cold rolled, it's around $115 per ton. Then the cold rolled and cold sheets and cold rolled steel items also, it's around $115 per ton. And for ferro alloys and stainless steel, it is $150 per ton. And for non-ferrous metals like copper, it is $1,235 per ton. For nickel, it is $3,500 something dollars per ton. And for aluminum, it is $245 per ton. So this is a temporary measure. This has been imposed till the December, means till the end of this year, and it will be reviewed because of this too much price rise in the domestic market, in Russian market. So to cool down that inflation, or you call that industrial inflation also, the commodity inflation, the Russian government has imposed this export duties on the ferrous and the non-ferrous. So what it means is that you may see this kind of that Russia is also one of the big exporter to Indian market. So that way also the Indian prices, you will say that there won't be much export from Russia happening, and this is in a way, it is supportive of the domestic Indian steel companies and the domestic prices for metals, but particularly it is negative for engineering companies, industrial engineering and engineering companies in India, because some of this special steels is imported only, it is not manufactured in India. So for this tool manufacturers and for engineering, specialized engineering equipment manufacturers, this can be a negative a bit. And also for stainless steel manufacturers, for stainless steel, this is kind of because nickel is all imported. We don't have nickel in India, so it is all imported. So there can be a Norilsk Nickel, that Russian company is the largest nickel producer and exporter in the world. So this definitely can have a negative impact for the stainless steel producers because it may lead to the price increase. But I'm sure with that kind of thing, they can also increase the price, and that ferrochrome, as you know, that the ferrochrome prices have also gone shot up to all-time high because of the unrest in South Africa. South Africa is one of the major chromite ore producers and the manganese ore producers in the world, and because of this recent unrest in the South Africa, as we have all witnessed, curfew and all these things, so there is going to be a huge supply disruption continuing for the next future also, because it's not going to be immediately resolved. So that is the reason you will see that chromium prices or the ferrochrome prices are going up, and with this now export duty imposed by Russia on nickel also to the extent of $3,500, you can say that the nickel prices may go up also in the international markets, and that may give lead to the higher stainless steel prices going forward, and also because of this, as you know, this ferrochrome prices also will be on the higher side. So that's a bit update I wanted to share it with you, and you can look into this stainless steel manufacturers in India or the related raw material manufacturers for this positive impact of this Russian export duty. And regarding another little bit update about this, my thought regarding Reliance Industries was that it is the biggest short as present on Nifty or in the Indian market, Indian stock market. Because if you look at the Nifty though has rallied to 14 to 15% in this year. Nifty has gone up, this index. But the stock Reliance is the biggest underperformer. It has not. It is actually down 1% on that basis in the year to year. And as going forward, I believe that this can be the biggest, underperformance. This will continue to underperform, and it's my view or my suggestion is that one should. It is the biggest short. You can short this stock. It's the best short idea, or get out of this stock because it's not going to. There are no triggers. Whatever I will tell you the mantra of the stock investment is that you don't look at what has happened in the past and in the recent past also that it has grown, and you look at what has happened, what are the possibilities of the growth or the triggers in the future. So in the future triggers, what are there? Already that Reliance Jio, the digital that platform, that story, if you look at the EBITDA, it is already plateauing, or it is coming to a level where it is going to remain plateaued. So there is not going to be much growth, 4-5% of the nominal. Then that Reliance Retail, I don't know, actually it is losing money, but even with the no COVID, I don't think so. They will be only pumping money and there won't be much return. It is in an expansion mode. So you will see more expenses on that front, more capital expenses and not much return. To sustain that competition against Walmart and the likes of Amazon, I think they will have to keep on pumping money without any much profitability from that business. And O2C, that is oil to chemical. If you look at this crude, if you see my videos in the past, I have said that crude will settle down around $70 to $80, and that's what it will remain, and it is going to continue right this way. So because of that, this kind of a crude prices, I don't think so there will be much mobility coming into that demand side also, and because of that higher crude prices, that margins in the petrochemical business, which is their main, that 45 to 50% of the profit or EBITDA of Reliance comes from this petrochemicals business, O2C. That is not going to be also, or it is going to remain at the same. There is no future growth or some kind of an expansion, margin expansion or profitability expansion into this space. So that whatever the story of that digital and O2C and that Reliance Retail, it is finished. Finished in the sense that we don't see any growth, and that's how the stocks react to this. This is the mantra I am sharing it with you, that you look at the future triggers. What can be the potential triggers in the near future? If there are no triggers, Reliance digital profitability or the EBITDA and the subscribers, it is plateauing. Okay, there won't be some substantial growth. Then Reliance Retail is also kind of you will see the decline or the plateauing. It's only addition of the capex is happening, and they will have to give more discounts and the more offers to lure customers because of the increased competition from all this online and offline other expansion of Amazon, Walmart and all the other players who are coming to market. So this were the two biggest. Otherwise, if you look at the pure oil and petrochemical refinery companies like BPCL, IOC, they are all trading at 8 to 10 times P of the forward basis or the trailing basis also. So I don't think so. There is, even if you know that there are no triggers. So if there are no triggers, no growth, this is going to be the biggest short. This is what I just wanted to share my ideas with. And so those who are waiting for the stock, Reliance stock to perform, so I would just in a lighter vein, this Adnan Sami, very talented super the singer, Indian singer, whose song I remember, those who are waiting for the Reliance stock to perform, saying that they are murmuring like this way: भीगी भीगी रातों में फिर तुम आओ ना, ओ ऐसी बरसातों में आओ ना. So आओ ना, and waiting, but I don't think so this stock is going to come back. That's it from my side. Ciao from Neeraj from Moscow, and love you all, and see you again with some major updates or the major ideas. Till then, ciao.